By placing down just 2 towers in a CHIMPS game, you'll be able to get the 2TC achievement. Today we're going to be doing this with the Prince of Darkness and the Pre-Emptive Strike. Let's place down our wizard here and let's get cracking. Then shortly after that we'll be placing down our submarine tower. Please consider subscribing. Normally, in order for a Pre-Emptive Strike to be able to hit camo balloons, we would require a tower which has camo detection on it and then use its range in order to do that. But because we're going for decamification with the shimmer upgrade, we don't need to do that. Fireball and a wall of fire, one of the best tier 2 upgrades in the entire game. Advanced intel is obviously up there as well, but obviously we're not going to go through that path today. 022 Wizard Monkey here. I looked at my options today and think I really want to try out Prince of Darkness again. But here's the little bit of a kicker with Prince of Darkness, that it's not very good against the bad. If you can't tell with what we have going on with it, we have to rely on the undead and a maximum graveyard, so its wall of fire is at maximum strength, yada yada yada. You get the drill with our beloved pod here, our undead friend, soon coming up. Also consider subscribing if you fancy seeing a base mortar 2 megapops on the channel, because I assure you that's going to be a very fun endeavor to go through. Not achievement. There's no achievement when you get 2 megapops with a base mortar aside from the achievement itself of 2 megapops. Airburst darts, then the ballistic missile, which will be very prominent enough until we can get to the BFBs, where I feel like first strike capability is going to be needed. But actually, rather than going anything further with our submarine here, we're going to go up to a pod with our wizard here. What's really interesting about the ballistic missile is if the balloon that it's about to target is popped, the ballistic missile instead goes to the very front of a track over here with its missile. So that's why at occasion you'll see a ballistic missile go to the very beginning of a track rather than target what it was initially going to target. Undead army now rising. I think the last time I covered Prince of Darkness in a 2TC scenario was back when I did that video on cubism involving Poppenor, but I don't think that is possible nowadays because the Poppenor now has less bonus damage against the bad. Why does Ninja Kiwi keep taking away everything that we love on this game? I'm kidding, by the way. Only small things have been taken away, such as that. There goes the Moab. Let us continue with the game. Imagine if Ninja Kiwi did add an achievement where you would have to get 2 megapots with the base mortar. That would be bloody hell, wouldn't it? When it does come to our graveyard with our Necromancer and in the future Prince of Darkness, pairing up with a Pre-Emptive Strike is going to be one of the best things that we can do because of the fact that the balloons will travel faster because of a Pre-Emptive Strike's passive missile that it launches onto every Moab that spawns on the track. Sometimes they are degraded down to a faster form that is weaker, ensuring that we can actually, pop them within the range of the Prince of Darkness here, which is going to be very important. Coming up to the round of 49, which means obviously we're going to have to keep this intact here. We're going to keep on going. This is a very cheap tier 5 for what it can do, which is honestly one of the best 2TC towers you could possibly put down because of its versatility. Normal damage type with the undead, and also the fact the amount of coverage that it has with its attacks as well. Mainly a fantastic counter against DDTs, which is obviously one of the biggest hurdles in this endeavor, but obviously we're going to be paired with Pre-Emptive Strike. The only bit of versatility that it has against the DDTs will be on round 99, because on round 100 we're going to do a bit of instant killing. Because when the bad, or if we're unlucky enough when it goes down to the ZMGs, has a low amount of health, this essentially becomes an insta-kill power-up from COD Zombies. What do you all think of the new hero that's coming up in update 43, Roselia, or Rosalina, or Roselia, however you want to pronounce her name, is definitely not the Rose Pokemon or Princess Rosalina from the Super Mario universes, in which people keep putting down in the Reddits. She definitely doesn't look like the hero that can do a 1TC, which I'm very happy with, because I am sick of OP heroes being launched and obviously not being that well balanced. For goodness sakes, Ninja Kiwi would expect Corvus to do a 2TC with a base dart. Will Rosalia be able to do that? I do not believe so. I think there's going to be a few too much micromanaging involved in order to actually get the absolute best. But then again, we probably said that about Corvus, so anything could happen in this scenario of, well, the universe that is Bloons Tower Defense 6, and also we've got the best nickname for the Wiz again, Harry on the Potter. And this time, the pod is literally sitting on something suspicious here. Also, another little Pokemon reference is the name of the new map, Tinkaton, which is in reference to, obviously, is one of the best Scarlet and Violet Pokemon introduced in that game. Possibly one of my favorites. Tinkaton. Obviously, it's just name similarities going on here, okay? Nintendo is absolutely ruthless when it comes to their copyright shenanigans. I don't play contested territories at all, so the new boss rush event isn't going to be a huge factor for me, but for those who actually do play, congratulations to them. That should be a very exciting scenario in order to go through a boss rush scenario. If you didn't know, this little silhouette down here resembles Churchill's tank in the game. We will always be fighting them on the beaches. Round 75. Yeah, let's just instantly kill these. Well, that was the plan anyways, but remember, only insta kills the initial target and provides splash damage to foes around it, in which the splash damage is much weaker than the initial missile. We are very close to purchasing the Pre-Emptive Strike. Now, put down in the comment sections below your predictions of what balance changes they are going to make. My prediction is that they are going to once again nerf the price of Sky Shredder as a 50% of the time in most recent of updates keep on doing. We're still not quite happy with the price of the Sky Shredder considering how powerful that it is. By the way, we're also going to reduce its dart damage, bonus damage sort of thing by half because, well, we feel that it's just a little bit too powerful. We're going to really round out that tower so that it is the most well-rounded tower in the game. Oh, and also we're going to change its damage type from normal to sharp. So good luck with dealing with those DDTs in 2TC scenarios if you're relying on the Sky Shredder in order to do that. I love balance changes when they come out, especially with the people who love to seek 2TCs with the little subtle changes that happens to be within the game, and then 2TC players know how to really take advantage of those changes in order to get a new 2TC. Case in point, when update 40 came out, the changed Ultra Boost meant that some new possibilities with Ultra Boost were possible because of the upscale in its uptime of the ability uses. You are able to have much more time with the ability, which obviously is very good as one of your two towers being the main supporting thing decamoufying as well. Yeah, it's going absolutely ham and cheese on these Moabs with its preemptive missile. Pretty good. It also means that when they go down to ceramics, it obviously leads them faster into the pod's radius, which is very good in order to actually get our graveyard constantly filled. Round 85, we're going to use the first of the preemptive, well, not preemptive, but our first strike abilities. First strike, for goodness sakes, I keep repeating myself, ability. Do you see where I got them mixed up there? Thank you very much. I hope you all got it, because I feel like a dumbass if I don't. Be the only one who gets that. Too many words that sound the same. When people say that 2TCs and 2 megapops are more trivialized nowadays. Well, I just think that players have gotten better at the game, are able to fathom out what towers you need in order to best utilize the 2 megapops intending tower, rather than the achievement gain itself easier to get. Obviously with heroes like Geraldo, obviously that is definitely more of the case, because it means that certain towers are more accessible in order to actually get the 2 megapops achievement in the first place. Cough cough Marine. What's really weird about the new hero Rosalia is the fact that her level 20 reduces the price of the anti-balloon upgrade by 30%. Now firstly, that's quite cool actually, but secondly, that just seems a bit too specific. Like level 20, it reduces the cost of one specific upgrade throughout the hundreds of upgrades throughout the entire game. Now to me that is really I don't know, I just feel like the idea pool was really thin out when it came to like, okay, what's a passive thing that we can do? Like the reduced cost to aerial units, that's a pretty big upgrade. Because, well, Rosalia is a jetpack hero, and you think that thematically that makes a lot of sense, but then like, why the anti-hero? Like because she has like a workshop and all that, and obviously like workshops requirements of like engineers and all that stuff to keep them running. So if that was, let's say, on the XXL trap or the Ultra Boost or a Century Champion, thematically, or let's say one of the Heli or Ace upgrades, thematically to Rosalia that would make more sense. But it's like the anti-balloon, like it's probably not completely far-fetched off, because it's like a technological thing, and obviously like workshop and all that, and the anti-balloon is like one big robot, but it's like, it's such a specific thing. I'm not complaining, I'm just making a bit of an observation here when it comes to that sort of thing, because it's like, it's such a hyper-specific thing going on there. But she looks really cool, and she has quite a quirky voice as well, which I'm looking forward to listening to all of her lines, most definitely. But I like energetic characters rather than the boring ones. But then again, what are the boring ones? Not really any specific voice is boring. I would say some are more tolerable than others, let's just say. Sometimes, like especially with Oben, it's like, I search for the horizon. It's like, not really into that voice. I'm not saying that I hate it, but I'm not really into it. Like there's a big difference when it comes to like your deliverance of your opinion, rather than saying outright, oh, this is absolutely disgusting, I'm gonna press downvote on every single little thing and what that voice act is gonna do from now on, because that's really petty. But there's a difference between just like bullying someone's work and being like, okay, I get it, but this is not for me. Like that, there's big differences between the two like ways to approach a particular scenario, or just a scenario in general. Okay, we're gonna first try capability this last CMG here, because you are getting on my nerves, and we really need that graveyard refilling. Now then, this scenario, round 98, we're going to use the first try capability ability. When the CMGs go over here, we can do a bit of splash damage on like the ceramics around this area, but then again, this is getting a little bit hectic. Oh my god, yeah, this is getting really, oh my god, we're going to get piss capped. We're going to get piss capped. I should have moved the cursor over here so it doesn't get absorbed by those Moabs over here. We spawn the undead over here, which would be a much better spot. Sends our preemptive, and oh my, no, you're not going the correct path. Please go down. Don't go over there. Would you go down? Would you go down? Oh my goodness sakes, you almost made me fail there, because you undead keep going to the entrance rather than going down. How do you prioritize which part of the track it is on? Is it really early or is it really late? Okay. Round 98 surely is done now. Thank you very much, and just watch the carnage here. The 4 or 5 DTs don't stand much of a chance. Partially damaged by the passive ability, and now there's this. I really wish I had it freshly ready for round 100, but I guess we're just not going to win in every single scenario. Being freshly ready is one of those things I'd rather have as a personnel. Let's see, round 100. Can we do this? Yeah, no, that's... I didn't do it early enough. I really need to instantly kill the deities inside it. So, now? Okay, there we go. There goes the ZMGs. I preferably do not want the ZMGs themselves to be popped. Otherwise, they'll be divided and we won't be able to take them out independently. Don't do too much damage, please. Please stop. There we go. We can stop there and... Okay, we're a very good chance now in order to insta-kill this last CMG. I really don't want you to come back around and be damaged by a preemptive strike or a pod over here. Please, yeah, we've got this in the bag. So there we go, everybody. This is the preemptive strike pod 2TC going on here. A little bit of a hiccup around 98 and 100, but aside from those two rounds, this is relatively straightforward. I mean, we are on Resort, which is like probably the best 2TC map, or even like Logs is. Scrapyard, not really. Its layout is so utterly annoying in order to fully utilize that map. I mean, you do have the Crusher, which makes round 24 not as much of an issue when dealing with that camera. Anyways, it's going on for long enough. Thank you all so much for watching. We've run out of character space in order to fully type out strike there. But if you do not want to cause a strike within the community, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to ensure that you, ladies and gentlemen, get access to update 43 when it drops. Because, well, you don't want to miss out on some potential Rosalia action. And when Rosalia does drop, I am looking to do at least one 2MP and one 2TC video with her. I imagine, like, I haven't seen any, like levels or anything like that. Let me just look up her levels quickly. I'm not too sure if Rosalia can actually pop camo balloons, which is going to be a very big barrier, which means only a certain few 2TCs could be possible, like Pod and Energizer. Those are the only ones I'm thinking of, because you need to be able to deal with the camo balloons in some way, shape, or form, or you have to rely on another tower in order to, you know, solo all the camos, unless of course Rosalia can actually pop camos with her abilities, kind of similar to Gwen in that regard. But I do not know about anything. It is definitely too soon, and unfortunately I'm not one of the fortunate content creators to be able to get early access, and I think that's kind of a locked thing where it's only going to be a select few content creators that are able to get the early access pool, which I'm perfectly fine with. But I'd rather if other content creators have the potential of allowed to be actually have access to the early access stuff. Like, I don't care if I don't get it, but it's just having the opportunity there for those who are like earning that kind of favor, or well, not earning that favor, but have a reputation of being trusted by Ninja Kiwi for them to then be able to have early access to that stuff, because it's always just the same select few names. And it would be nice to get other people's perspective of the early access stuff rather than just the same selected few. Again, I don't care if I don't get select or not. But what you can do in your power as a viewer is use my creator code whenever you're shopping for anything within a shop, and using it whenever you're purchasing anything, and I would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.